Today I'm going to share with you a little known technique that I use whenever I talk to women, and it's based on a hypnosis trick that I learned from Derek Rake, the creator of Shogun method. The female mind is quite weird in a way. For example, women talk to themselves all day. Most of the time, they live in their own world, drowned in their own thoughts. Think of this stream of thought as a Facebook news feed, but inside her mind. If you want a woman to think about you non-stop, you'll need to insert yourself into her stream of thoughts. You must appear in the newsfeed in her mind. Shogun method fixes this, and this trick from Shogun method will let you do that. Derek Rake once said this in the Shogun community. A woman talks to herself all day long. If you talk to her the same way she talks to herself, she'll believe what you say to be her own thoughts. This is the key to planting ideas into a woman's mind. So, how do we go about planting ideas into her mind? We use a Shogun method technique called Implanted Commands. Before we start, I gotta clarify something. The Shogun method community likes to keep its knowledge base away from prying eyes. Derek Rake, however, has given me permission to share this on one condition. You should tell no one you're using Shogun method. It's important for you to agree to obey this condition to continue. To show that you agree, click on the like button under this video. If you don't, well, you should probably go watch something else. Decide and click like if you agree, because I'll wait here. Done? Great. Since you're still here, I'll assume you agree to Derek's condition, and so, let's continue. So what's an implanted command? Now I'm going to quote this directly from Shogun method. An implanted command subconsciously implants desired thoughts inside a woman's mind. It is a phrase that forms the part of a sentence, which if spoken on its own, would be a direct command. However, the phrases surrounding the command will camouflage it to make it undetectable by her conscious mind. This sounds a mouthful, I know. We'll get to these specific examples later, so hang on there for a moment. For now, understand why implanted command works so well. What a woman can't detect, she can't resist. Implanted commands bypass her conscious mind by going directly into her subconscious. Like everything Shogun method does, she can't block it. Amazing, right? Next, let's get into these specifics and look at some examples. There are 44 implanted command patterns inside Shogun method, but here are a few that I use often. Here's the first one. You already know how it feels so good when you remember the happy times we had together. The phrase, you already know, signals to her conscious mind to give you a free pass to whatever you're going to tell her next. I mean, you'll never question what you already know, right? This works even better when it links to a specific memory in her mind. For example, you can say, you already know how it feels so good when you remember the happy times we had together in Paris. The memory of her with you in Paris reinforces the implanted command and makes it even more effective. And here's the interesting thing. The memory doesn't even have to be real. I'll tell you more about this later, so keep watching. Here are two examples rolled into one. Sandra, you can feel good just by thinking about the things we do together. Mentioning her name before an implanted command works great. I mean, we instantly sit up and pay attention whenever someone calls out our name, right? The second implanted command here is the phrase, you can. It implies that you're giving her permission to do the thing she naturally wants to do. Of course, it's irrational to think that one should do something just because she can do it, but as we know, humans are hardly rational, right? Okay, so here's the deal. There are just 3 out of the 44 implanted commands inside Shogun method. New Shoguns may find it overwhelming to learn every single implanted command, but don't worry. As an experienced Shogun will tell you, all you need to do is master a few of them and use them consistently. You only need, say, 6 or 7 of these implanted commands on your woman to make her think about you non-stop. Earlier I had told you about invoking her memories with implanted commands and how those memories didn't have to be real. Well, it's true. Even if you don't have a happy memory with her, you can make her create one in her mind and think that it's real. I can't get into these specifics because Derek Rake has asked me not to. That's quite understandable, right? I mean, if you know how to implant a fake memory inside a woman's mind, you can mess her up if you want to. and it's dangerous if this knowledge falls into wrong hands. Still, if you're a Shogun, you can find this technique by searching fake memories in the Shogun Method knowledge base. Now one last thing. Like everything in Shogun Method, no technique works 100% on its own. Combine an implanted command with another mind control technique like fractionation, and you'll see some pretty explosive results. Remember, fractionation is about emotional roller coasters. With it, you'll make a woman experience an emotional high only to plunge her down to emotional lows. Implanted commands will make the experience more vivid, intense, and in her face. So, all in all, here's how to get a woman to think about you non-stop. Use a combination of implanted commands and fractionation on her. I've already shared 3 implanted commands with you, and that should be enough to get you started. The next logical step is to learn fractionation, and you should do that by taking Derek Rake's Shogun Method Masterclass. I mean, who else to learn from but from the man who invented it, right? At the end of this video, a link will come up. Fill in your details and then check your inbox. If you qualify, the invite to the masterclass will be there. If you don't see it, it could mean that the masterclass is closed. If you don't see the link, check the video description because I'll be putting one there just in case. Click it and follow the instructions. Go.